Oh, Kirby. Okay, now we're in Butter Building, which is one of my favorite Kirby tracks of all time. It is just, oh, so good. It's weird. Although I've been playing Kirby pretty much my entire life, and I've been a big fan for almost my entire life. Like, when I was a kid, I watched a lot of Kirby Right Back at Ya on TV. Like, I love that show. I still do love that show, actually. Why do we keep on getting stoned for fighting TikTok? It's strange. I think his name's TikTok anyway. Anywho. When I was a kid, I watched a lot of Kirby Right Back at Ya. I played the games constantly, but I never really considered myself a huge Kirby fan back then. Like, I was more thinking about other franchises, I think, was the thing. Like, I was more thinking about Sonic and Mario and all those guys around the time, as opposed to thinking about Kirby. So, for a really long time, I actually really didn't appreciate the series as much as I should. Like, I didn't really care. I really didn't think about the music or any of that. So, you know, I really try to make up for that nowadays. Like, I don't think I really started appreciating how good Kirby music was until Smash Bros. Brawl came out. Anyway, this is a switch. When you find the switches in levels, because they're actually going to start appearing now. Butter Building's the first world that uses them. When you find a switch, it unlocks an extra area in the hub world, and it's usually like a mini game or a museum. I think a few warp star points are hidden as well, but it'll just unlock something in the overworld. And if you want to get 100%, you need to find all of them. If there's a level with a switch in it and you don't find it, instead of the door being yellow like this, it'll still be red when you beat the stage. So that's how you know that you have something left to find in that level. It took me forever to figure that out as a kid. Man, Kirby's Nightmare on Dreamland was definitely the first Kirby game I beat, and it was definitely the first Kirby game I beat 100%. The first Kirby game I played was Kirby 64, though. But when I was, that's a pretty long game, and for some reason, when I was playing it when I was young, I never really wanted to finish it. Instead, I'd like play through the first 3 worlds, and then I'd want to restart and play through those first 3 worlds again, you know? So I never really beat Kirby 64 until I was a little bit older, like 12, 13, even though I had it since I think I got the game 2000, 2001, so I was like 7 or 8 when I first got Kirby 64. And, but this, though, I think I played this a lot more because it was a GBA game, and I had my GBA with me everywhere when I was around that age. You know, so I could play Pokemon and Mario Advance, Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission, all that good stuff. The GBA was a great time, but okay, Wheel is not doing us any favors in here. Let's get Cutter. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. This was the first Kirby game I ever beat, and it was definitely the first Kirby game I 100%ed. I don't think I never unlocked Meta Knight mode, though, because I could never get very far in the hard mode for this game. Actually, I believe we need stone for something soon, so we're gonna... Oh, you jerk! But yeah, I never got Meta Knight mode until I was a lot older. Like, I only got that, like, a year or 2 ago, actually. Okay, you guys, I kinda wanna... There we go. Alright, I didn't want to get... Oh, you jerk! Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyway. As I was saying, I'm not the best at this game, so I didn't get Meta Knight mode until probably, like, 2 years ago at the earliest, I think. Most of the time with these kinds of games, when I was done, I was done. So I didn't really want to play through it again. And having only 3 hits definitely made it a lot. I should have just kept Wheel. Whatever. Goes to show how well I remember this game. Wait, did I just spit out Sword? Wait, it's out of health. Don't tell me it's got like 1 pixel of health left. Okay, well, whatever. I've never actually seen that before. Whoosh. Now, I played this game a lot, but the GPA, the second GPA game, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, I'm actually not a huge fan of. So while I did own that, I never really played it an awful lot. I always went back to this instead. So, hold on. We want ice. Look, he's blue. Dabba-dee, dabba-die. Okay. Shoot. Okay. I always get very nervous with these because you have to fast fall in order to reach them. And I don't wanna kill myself. So, Bugsy. Okay. No, not Bubsy the Bobcat. Bugsy, as in like he's a bug. It was such a shame that they never brought him back for that they didn't bring Bugsy back for Kirby Triple Deluxe, especially considering that there's a beetle power up in that game. It would have been perfect. But oh well. Bugsy for some reason was always a mini boss that stuck with me for some reason. Maybe just because like his animation's really cool or whatnot, but he was always one of my favorites. I love most of the enemies in this game. There's a couple that don't really appear very often in the Kirby series, like Fire Leo, I think is only in like 1 or 2 other games. I don't remember TikTok being in any other games. And Bugsy, I think he's like in this and maybe like Squeak Squad or something like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't in many of the other games, but he's still one of my favorites. So I always like, oh, did I swallow the other bug? I could have sworn I tried to spit it out, or maybe, yeah, that goes to show how much I'm paying attention to what's going on. Okay, come on. We should be like 1 shot away. There we go. But Bugsy gives us kind of a strange ability in this one. Oh, I never really noticed how much the knots on Kirby's bandana like flop around when he's walking. Oh, that's so cool. He gives us the backdrop, sorry, and it's just kind of a strange one. Like, it's cool and all, but I've never really been good at it. I do believe though that the backdrop ability does allow you to break through metal blocks. Oh, I missed my A press. I suck. Anyway. I do believe it allows you to break metal blocks, and if you do it against bosses, it can do a lot of damage. It's just a little bit finicky for me, and I'm not very good at it, so I usually pass it up. However, it is kind of strange in that Backdrop is one of the abilities in this game, which, if I remember correctly, it's like Backdrop, Throw, and Hammer are the only abilities in this game you can only get from mini-boss fights. Oh my god. Okay. The one drawback that Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland / Adventure have, respawning enemies. Now, Kirby is usually like the only series in which I don't really care about respawning enemies, because if you lose a power, you want to be able to get that power back as soon as possible. So you want to be able, so like if the enemy, like here, if I needed fire, I'd want fire to respawn as soon as possible. So yeah. But, you know, that also means, but it's a little bit, the respawns are a little bit too quick in this game, so that means that if you're, like, in a situation like that, where you're moving, like, up and down between their spawn points a lot for whatever reason, you could potentially take a lot of pot shots. So, yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but it's a minor issue. And especially considering that this was originally an NES game, like, NES, sprite issues were like, oh man, respawning enemies was a nightmare in the NES. Like, particularly Mega Man, I think is like one of the worst offenders of it. Like, where if you move 2 feet to the left to try to dodge an attack from a Sniper Joe, suddenly now you're fighting 2 Sniper Joes. Oh man. And even like Mega Man X still has that issue too. So like it's like they had to have known it was a thing, and they just decided, let's not fix it because reasons. Whatever. But anyway, yeah, let's move on to level 4. Butter Building is probably my favorite level in the game. If only just because, like, you just keep on climbing this building. Like, this tower has got to be like 1,000,000 feet tall. It's crazy. I forgot that we start this level with a Meta Knight fight. Who is this mysterious Meta Knight, and why does he keep on trying to attack me? Now, if I remember correctly, this is something they changed, I think, in the in the remake, but I think in the original NES version, like, Meta Knight gave you invincibility candies at certain points. So it was supposed to be kind of like, who is this mysterious character that keeps on giving me candy, but also trying to kill me? Like, it amps up the mysterious factor of Meta Knight a little bit, I think. Whereas I guess they just wanted him to be more of, like, a rival in this one. I don't know. Like, I remember, though, that this game came out, like, right as the Kirby anime was coming out. So, you know, like, this was one of the biggest deals. Oh, I loved... Oh, we actually haven't played Quick Draw yet. I believe this had a cowboy theme in the original. Ha! I am not very good at this game, so I probably will lose on DDD. That's usually where I lose. Yeah, Meta Knight is practically impossible. You have to be really, really quick to get Meta Knight. Yeah, like, I'm averaging around, like, 18, 19, so I'll probably lose here. Ah! Ooh, 17. Wow, I didn't think he was that quick. I thought DDD was like a 20. Okay. I think if you beat Meta Knight, you get... I think if you beat DDD, you get one up. And I think if you beat Meta Knight, you get like 3. I've never beaten Meta Knight before, though, so it's actually probably faster to jump up that. Oh, I want to get Chili. Oh, so cute. Yeah, in this game, I just... Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay, for a moment, I thought that being chill gave me extra invincibility frames. But no, it was just my invincibility frames from the actual invincibility candies still having an effect. Anyway, here we have Hammer, which is a really good ability, but one of the more annoying ones in this game because you need to carry it through some kind of annoying levels, and you lose your power-up after one hit in this one. So you can, you'll have to chase after it, and if you lose it altogether, I think there's like there's probably like one arena that Bonkers lives in. Bonkers is the guy who gives you, I thought you had to be touching the ground in order to get hurt by, I thought you had to be touching the ground in order to get hit by, Crash, but I guess that's my mistake. Okay. Okay, phew. We didn't actually get hurt by that. That's good. Well, now we're full healed. There's another one coming over here, so I'm going to be prepared. Whoosh! There we go. Now, out. Okay, there we go. We want to hang on to Hammer as long as possible. Hammer is just one of the... It's slightly slower than Sword, but it's still a good ability, and you want to be able to break down any pegs as soon as possible if you happen to run into them. And, like, the pegs in particular are annoying because only stone or hammer can break pegs. They're, like, even more restrictive than the metal blocks. So, you want to make sure you hang on to this ability as much as possible. There we go. Awesome. Here we are, second switch. This is the second switch, right? I believe it is. Why you need 2 Nintendo Switches instead of 1, I don't know. But we've got both. Okay, this is the dark room. I'm trying to remember where there's like a hidden room in one of these, and I can never remember where it is. You know what? Screw it. We'll just use the light power-up. Like, one of these light rooms is a little bit annoying, because, like, there's a hidden door in an area before where you'd get the light power-up, so, like, as soon as you get the light power-up, you're like, cool, I can keep on seeing. And I can see now, and you keep on going. But, like, you have to backtrack once you have the light in order to see that there's even a hidden door there. Okay, the high jump ran away. Awesome. And now I don't even get him because I am stupid. Okay, oh well. If you've got high jump, you can just go straight through these Scarfies, no problem. But, you know, if you're going too fast, you might go through the one with the Gordo there instead of the one with the... Okay, phew, I almost went through, like, the worst... I almost went through the worst path there. Okay. That, like, 3 paths thing is something that Kirby uses a lot in later games as well. It's just so cool looking back at this first Kirby game and seeing what's kept and what's left behind, and oh man. Well, actually, I should correct myself, because this actually isn't the first Kirby game. This is the second. Although there's a game called Dreamland 2, which is like the 3rd Kirby game, so... I didn't know you could stunlock Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Wow. Scrubs. Scrubs, scrubs, scrubs. Wow. Oh, man. But yeah, this is technically the second Kirby game. The first one's Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy.